how would you describe a green light, and why do you think he called his book that?
Sure. I mean, a green light is like in reference to a traffic light. Like when the green light says green light means go. So it's these points in life, and correct me if you think it's something different, but it's my take was that it's these points in life where opportunities open themselves to you, or certain certain situations happen that kind of point you in a certain direction, and you just ride through it. You got to keep going through, like you see that and you acknowledge it. It's those points when you acknowledge it and you really notice all the little things, whether it be in the moment or a little bit after the fact, that like these things really kind of shape your movement through life. And the green lights portion is, I would assume, I would say positive. It's like a positive way of moving you, or like it's continuing that momentum. It's like it's not stopping you. It's not hindering you from continuing your life in any way, or like it seemed to always be something that would lead to the next better thing, that'll teach you something, or uh, a new approach or whatever. So that's how I see green
Yeah.
lights.
I love that interpretation. And I also like, so you said riding the green lights. When I first was, thinking about green lights and the way that he described them, to me it reminded me of surfing. Like the idea of surfing, you're catching a wave and then you're riding the wave. Like you're catching a
Hmm.
green light and you're riding the green light. And I also liked what you said about momentum, because the red and the yellow lights in our lives are moments where it's almost like the momentum has paused or has stopped, and it feels like everything is a struggle. So what do you do at that point? And I'm big on sort of like, reminding myself of the passages from the book. So I have here what he calls a green light. So maybe we can look through that real quickly. But green lights mean go, advance, carry on, continue. On the road, they are set up to give the flow of traffic the right of way. They say proceed. In our lives, they are an affirmation of our way. Their approval, support, praise, gifts, gas on our fire, attaboys, and appetites. Their cash money, birth, springtime, health, success, joy, sustainability, innocence, and fresh starts. We love green lights. They say yes and give us what we want. But he says that they can also be disguised as yellow and red lights. So a caution, a detour, a thoughtful pause, an interruption, a disagreement, indigestion, sickness, and pain. We're kind of sick right now, but a yellow light,
Yeah, my red
a,
light.
a red light, a full stop, a jackknife, an intervention, failure, suffering, a slap in the face, or death. We don't like yellow and red lights. They slow us down or stop our flow. They're hard. They say no, but sometimes they give us what we need. This is a book about how to catch more yeses in a world of no's, and how to recognize when a no might actually be a yes. So, the art, skill, and timing of catching and creating green lights.
I think he does that really well throughout, and he kind of it's funny to watch him as he grows up and goes through his life, to like see how he recognizes these green lights in his life. And I don't know if he noticed it throughout the process, or if he's noticing it now as he wrote the book and like called it green lights and like this is what they were, but he like recognized them as something. It's interesting to see that he like continued to put himself in more and more situations that would change the course of his life, or change like the perspective or anything like that. And so I just found that interesting.